Hello, I'm Michael Monk. Welcome back to AI Watch. In today's episode, we are diving straight into the world of large language models, LLMs. We will have our own chief data scientist, Björn Preuß, interviewing Thomas Walter from Merkle on how these new models will revolutionize the way we do business, the way we can utilize AI in a whole new frontier than we saw just 9 months ago. But that's not all. Today we'll also have a virtual guide, Jackie, giving you the latest news from the AI world.
Welcome everyone to AI Watch. Today I have with me Thomas Walter, the CSO from Merkle, a customer experience agency. Thomas, what are you doing in Merkle?
Yeah, first, thanks for inviting me. Glad to be here. Merkle is a customer experience agency, as you said. That means we build platforms like commerce platforms, apps, websites, basically do large-scale marketing campaigns. So everything across all digital touchpoints. We build it, we run it, we optimize it. That's our business.
Right. So probably the emergence of large language models like ChatGPT has quite an impact on your business, right? Yeah. Or at least you see a lot of interest from your customers in that.
Yes, for sure. I mean, it's insane. Of course, we got calls every day now where customers ask for so-called inspiration sessions, or let's more call it like lectures, because they are hyped, I cannot say it otherwise. Everybody is super curious, super hyped, and everybody wants to explore all the new cool tools from ChatGPT to Midjourney to etc.
Yeah. What do you then see, when they are that interested in what are the main benefits and customers see in these tools?
Yeah. So it ranges, right? So it starts, of course, with a lot of what we call copy. So that is content in the end, like better website texts, better marketing communication, so better images. And also think about that at scale. So instead of having one website in one version, everybody's now dreaming of having that to every individual customer segment, like 10 times, 100 times maybe even 1-to-1 for every single person, because the cost of producing that is dramatically decreasing with the use of large language models. But it goes also further into, let's say, customer service, where, imagine you're in Toko and you have a problem with your contract and you call customer service. That often is a bad experience. So when there could be a voice assistant based on an LLM that has all the information that can help you out, so it can boost this type of customer experience a lot, right?
Now, let's go a bit to another topic related to that. With all this hype, all these benefits organizations see and the increased use, there is also a bit some worrying of data privacy breaches.
Of course,
certain hallucinations of the model. How do you see that? How do you experience that with your customers?
There is big risks. Everybody's curious. These are the people who are always at the forefront, trying new tools, new technologies. So, and of course, when you're in that state, you sometimes forget a bit that it comes with quite a risk of sharing a lot of stuff into these tools. So an anecdote I can give, I saw a demo of somebody who was super hyped about putting from a Jira ticket into the code a fully automated setup, right? Of course, with calling language models in 2 or 3 steps. That is super cool, but during the whole setup, the issue of risk was not even mentioned. So that's what I mean. It's a good anecdote because people are so excited about the whole efficiency boost that risks kind of are not even considered. And that's the risk itself, like not taking risks seriously from the beginning. And I'm not sure how many marketing people watch it or people in the field, but I guess many of them call guilty when you would ask, have you ever tried something with your brand in ChatGPT? Like asking it, can you come up with a campaign for my brand? And of course they use the brand name explicitly, etc. and all these things.
What are then, if we'll say we are in that situation, we want to use it, what do you think are the key steps, or what should I approach or start with when I want to use it in a responsible way?
We advise our clients currently to think about, we call it attention grabbing gimmicks, putting a mullet on a president, which is in Midjourney, etc. It looks cool, it's nice, but you could say, what is the business value of that? So we start with asking, okay, put all the hype aside, but is there something where it could really add value? And then obviously that brings you into use cases, right? So that's the second thing we always advise. And these use cases, then you need to think more than just calling a language model and like simple tasks, but more of a real software around it, or the use case is something bigger, right?
Now, with you touched already on one use case. Now let's move a bit more into that direction. Customer acquisition, sales, marketing related activities. What would you say? How should customers use large language models there and be aware of the risk?
Interesting, because for exactly that purpose, when we explored the field, obviously we sat together with some technical people, some also consultants from us, and we built exactly something like that for ourselves. For us to make a first experience ourselves. So we used the typical GPT Turbo 3.5 and set it up on our own OpenAI on Azure, and what we learned is the whole technical setup. That is for these kind of use cases that you're doing. That's good. And we built a Merkle assistant, somebody who's like a colleague of us who can help you with acquisition. So we trained the tool into our own reference cases, for instance. And then imagine when a new client comes in, the co-pilot, as Microsoft would call it, but I'm not sure, we have no name for that, but you know what I mean, like our assistant, he advises us like, oh, for that customer that you're trying to acquire, you have these references. And what I want to share is we were super, it was exciting to see how simple it was to build that first solution. So it's a good example how, it's not the full sales, but supporting sales processes and acquisition can massively benefit from these kind of solutions. The fascinating fact about that is that it is so simple to take the analogy from this case and make this now a customer service case. What about we know all the customer complaints from the past and we train the model in that and how they were resolved? Then it can resolve them for you maybe. So, these kind of things got us fascinated. And of course, this is the early stage, the beginning of all of that.
Yeah, with that, thank you very much, Thomas, for very insightful talk, very interesting use cases. We're at the end of our little discussion here. So thank you also everyone for watching this session of AI Watch, and see you next time.
Hello, I'm Jackie, the virtual guide that will present for you some of the news of this month. Are you ready for it? The EU AI Act has been approved as the world's first rule on artificial intelligence. This groundbreaking legislation sets a precedent for responsible AI development, including a ban on real-time remote biometric identification in public spaces. By prioritizing privacy and ethical considerations, the EU AI Act serves as a blueprint for other nations and promotes the responsible and ethical development of AI worldwide. This momentous occasion signifies a shift in how we approach AI, emphasizing the importance of aligning technological progress with human values. Before this happened, the EU-US Council advances planned for voluntary code to regulate generative AI. The EU Tech Chief Margrethe Vestager foresees a voluntary code of conduct to regulate generative AI very, very soon. Everyone knows generative AI is the next powerful thing. So within the next weeks we will advance a draft of an AI code of conduct, said Vestager. Likewise, U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken said, the Council maintains an important role to play in helping establish voluntary codes of conduct that would be open to all like-minded countries. That was the news this month. I leave the last word to Michael. Thank you.
That was all for today. Thank you so much. But before you leave, make sure to hit that sign up button on our webpage or our YouTube channel to stay tuned for the latest news. We also want to hear from you. Should you have comments, should you have certain areas of interest that you want us to explore in this AI Watch next episodes or future episodes, please do not hesitate to let us know. Thank you so much. That was all for today.